Good morning. It's Sunday, and I'm feeling much, much better. But I wanted to take you on a little tour of where I stayed last night. It's called the SLS, and it's kind of I don't know, I had heard of it, mainly because it's one of the only hotels left on the Strip that has free parking. But it's quite interesting. Kind of a Euro-styled room. Let me flip it around here. So, has a really cool backlit mirror on the ceiling, and the bed is in the middle of the room, not against one of the walls, which is kind of interesting. Closet area, TV, of course. The deal I got came with access to the minibar, free of charge, which is kind of cool. So the shower's behind there. That's of course the vanity, and the toilet's behind there. So what's cool is when you go into the shower, if you want to leave that door open, it closes off access to the room, which is interesting. What's also interesting is that you see that because the bed's in the middle of the room, there's no side lamps, because you'd have cables running. So they've come up with an interesting solution. The bed itself, or at least the headboard frame, is internally lit. So that's kind of your bedside lamp, if you will. And the couch does that as well. Kind of interesting. So that's where I stayed. It's a very comfortable bed. So from here, I'm going to go grab some breakfast, and then it's off to the church. We'll see you over there. All right, so I am here at the church, and the first order of business is to get this firewall put in place of the one that they have right now. And I'm glad that I remembered that I needed to download the software for this thing before I replaced it. So that's what I'm working on right now, and then I will get this put in, and we'll see where we're at. Well, I forgot to have the janitor unlock the cupboard that all that equipment is residing in. So I'm not going to stress about it. I'm going to keep moving on because I got lots to do. Okay. Let me give you a rundown of just some of the things that I'm working on this time around. The Teradek VidiU Pro is having some connectivity issues, actually quite a few of them. I mean, simply just doing a system reset back to like factory defaults, it loses connection. So I've tried a different Ethernet cable. I don't think it's an Ethernet cable. I think it may actually be with the unit itself, which is not happy. So I'm waiting to get the login information for the church's Ustream account, and I'm going to see if, once I get it logged in, if it will let me do what I need to do. Also, the Blu-ray player apparently was having a humming issue. I've been listening to it for like 2 hours, and I haven't heard any hum. So, I mean, that's maxed out, and it's clean. So, not really sure what the deal is with that. What else? Weird thing with the PreSonus board. So, the board has had some issues with locking up, which is strange for it being a brand new board, but hey, it is what it is. But strangely, the Sunday church figured out that if they either pushed in the wireless dongle here, so that gives the mixer Wi-Fi, that unfroze the board without having to power cycle it. And so they've removed it, and supposedly, from what I've been told, that has fixed the freezing issue. So now I need to talk to PreSonus and figure out why that would cause that issue to begin with. Let's see, what else? What else? So you may recall, but for those of you that are new and watching, we have a digital snake cable that runs from that PreSonus to a PreSonus rack unit. Somewhere, somehow, there's a lot of blame being thrown around. That cable has been broken. So they have a temporary cable running now, and that's working just fine. But one of the comments made to me was, well, let's just throw some new connectors on it and see if that fixes it. I don't think it will, because when they ran a connectivity test, there was a break in the line. But I'll throw some new connectors on it. It's a 10-15 minute job tops, and we'll test it. I don't expect it to work, but if it does, great. It saves a lot of money. If it doesn't, then either me or somebody else is going to have to come in and replace that cable. And they're going to have to pay for that. So, what else do I have to do? One of the things I was trying to do is we have a big projector screen there, and we have those two, one right there, and one over there. And what the pastor was asking is if we could get a stage display out of Proclaim or PowerPoint up on that screen. Yes, I can get what Proclaim calls a confidence screen up onto that projection screen. However, it will not give him access to the next slide, and that's really what he was looking for. PowerPoint won't do it at all. There is no confidence monitor option other than presenter view, which has to be on the primary monitor on the iMac. That's one of the reasons that we got ProPresenter for them. So that's the unfortunate answer for them. We also got them a wireless presentation solution here. So the laptop, the pastor's laptop, connects to this, and it has an HDMI coming out the back, and that goes into the matrix. What the pastor was complaining about is that there was a really big lag between when he would hit the advance button on his remote and the slide actually advancing. I think part of the problem for that is because the remote receiver is back here. So I'm thinking if maybe we put that remote receiver on his laptop, which is sitting up front, that should greatly increase the speed of that. I'm going to test that out actually later because I have my own remote. Let's see, what else? Oh, they have gotten this monitor, which I'm not really sure what they want to use it for, but I need to make sure that the HDMI cable, I need to trace this and see where it's plugged into. Because it needs to be on an output from the matrix, and if it's not, then we're in trouble. Other than that, I need to look at the Infodesk TV to make sure that it is indeed getting signal from the big black computer in there, so I'm going to go do that now. And then there's the security camera system as well that I need to get working on. Unfortunately, I can't work on that until I can get access to that closet where the current firewall is. And then we may be swapping some TVs around in rooms, so I'm very thankful that I bought the same mount for every TV, because that way I don't have to, unmount the thing. I can just pull the TV off the bracket and put it on and swap them. Just leave the cables there and we're good to go. So that's what's going on. Okay. So I had been told by this church that the TV, which I'm about to show you, at the information desk, did not have a connection. It was not displaying an image from the computer. I disagree. Not only is it displaying an image, let's see if I move that way, it is, yeah. Sorry, somebody drove by. I think it's Delnita, the facility manager. That is a slideshow. So that's checked off the list. It's working. All right, so just ran into the facility manager and kind of give her the rundown of what I've done so far, what I have yet to work on, that kind of thing. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going to be working on that wireless display. They were having an issue with delay in the, what do you call it? So when the pastor would hit the switch to advance the slide, there was a delay between when he would hit it and when it would actually change. So I am working on mine. There we go. No, that's not right. So I have my own clicker here, and I am, oh, that's why it did that. Okay. Aha, good. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm seeing how long the delay takes. Let's see. I need to move that way. There we go. Between when I push it and when it goes. And indeed, it is moving very quickly, which is good. I even have a laser. Woo. Anyway, so that seems to be working pretty well. So I heard back from Devin, and he's given me a set of login credentials to try, because what happened is that I need to log in with the right credentials to the UniFi controller in order to properly add the new gateway / firewall. So I'm going to go give that a try, and hopefully that will work and I can get the cameras maybe working. We'll see. Alright, I know I didn't show that much to you, but a lot of it was just me running around frantically, and so like spurts of activity and then nothing. So what's happening? Well, what's happening right now is the switch is doing what it's supposed to be doing, but it's not being recognized by the software. So I'm going to have to talk to Devin and see if he can access it remotely and see if he can't get that working sometime tonight. So for now, I'm just going to kind of close that. I'll also unplug that. And we're gonna put that right there. Okay. So everything else went relatively well. I'm a little concerned about their Video Pro. I'm thinking it may be fried. Not sure why or what happened, but it is kind of just, it's assigning itself an IP address on the wired connection, which is why the iMac is having trouble connecting to it, because they're on not only different subnets, but different IP octets. So that's a problem. So that's got to get dealt with tomorrow. And I don't think getting the internet stuff is going to fix that, because that issue predates me messing with the network stuff. So, but the network stuff is the key to getting the security camera stuff system accessible remotely. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I've documented everything else that I got going. I moved the subwoofer. I got the Blu-ray player playing. Didn't hear any buzz on it, and so that's okay by my approximation. The audio mixer seems to be not freezing up, which is good, but we need to figure out how we can still have wireless access to it via the iPad without it locking up. So waiting to hear back from PreSonus on that. I looked at the wireless presentation system. They were having quite a bit of delay reportedly between when they'd click for the next slide, or when the pastor would click on his remote, and when it would actually switch on the screens. So I think I might have a solution for that. Or at least it was working fine when I did it. So, and then I looked at the video, made sure that the monitor that they brought in was plugged into an output on the Matrix, and then I made sure the InfoDesk TV is working off that computer, which it is. It's working great. They've asked me what it would take to take one of the TVs from behind the stage and put it in a new room that they're building a wall in between two spaces in what used to be the same room. So they're effectively creating two rooms. They want to put a TV in there, and they want to know what that would cost, or what it would take to make that happen. And then they also asked about including the InfoTV desk, or the InfoDesk TV, in the coax distribution system. So that's a first that I've heard about that. So I explained that, we'd have to do some wiring to make that happen. So that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go get into my room, and we'll see you tomorrow.
They're recording audio.
No wiggle at all.
How much is this? $2,500?
Something like that.
There you go.